And now time for the performance of Holy Shirt. Now time for the explanation. Here are the things you're going to need to do this effect. What I like to have is a lighter that's very easy to operate with one hand. This is a butane lighter, which means it's good in the wind, it's not going to blow out or anything. Second, what you're going to need is a thumb tip. I prefer the hard plastic Vernay thumb tips. You can find these at any magic dealer or online. Just Google thumb tip. You can pick one up for about $4 or $5. The third thing you're going to need is a swatch of fabric. Now it's very important that it's 100% cotton. It can't be any polyester or any kind of blends because that might melt and you can burn yourself, but 100% cotton. It should be about 2.5 inches in diameter, and it's going to match your spectator's shirt. Now an alternative to the cotton would be a napkin for like impromptu when you're at a nightclub or at a bar, just to pick a napkin off the table. Just cut up an old t-shirt to get your fabric samples. That's it. This is how I prepare to do the effect. First, your lighter is going to go into your right front pants pocket like that. And now to load your thumb tip with the fabric, you're going to grab it, pinch right in the center, so you make sort of like almost like a teepee. And the teepee end, the pointing end, is going to stick out of the hole of the thumb tip, like so. Because when you eventually go ahead and put the thumb tip on, it's actually going to be loaded behind your thumb, like this, with the fabric sticking out the edge of it. But to start off the effect, you're going to have your thumb tip in your lighter pocket, right here. Or if you don't have this type of a pocket on your pants, you can also put it right in the corner of your pocket like that. And that just allows you to easily go into your pocket and load and come out with it like that. So you're all set. And that's how you get set up to do the effect. Alright, so you're already set up with the lighter in your pocket and the thumb tip in your pocket. But for the sake of showing you so you can see it better, I'm going to use a different colored fabric than the t-shirt, just so you can see it better. When you go to load the thumb tip on your thumb, you're going to make sure that your thumb is behind the fabric like that. So this is how it's going to be loaded on your finger. Alright, but let's say it's in your pocket. Before you even start the effect, before you brought any attention that you're going to do a trick now, you're going to go in and load it onto your thumb. At the same time, with these two fingers, assist it as it's coming out. And so this is loaded on your thumb with the piece of fabric along the side like that. You approach the spectator, want to see some magic, whatever your pattern might be. What you're going to go ahead and do is grab a bite of the fabric like that. And as you grab it, you're going to come up with your right hand and load the thumb tip underneath the fabric and re-grip it with your left hand. And in this motion is when you come out with the fake piece of fabric, part that isn't his shirt, like so. So what you've actually done is brought out a piece of the shirt that's not his, but what it looks like is that you've just taken his shirt, bunched it up, and now it's time to burn it. With your other free hand, this is why we put the lighter in our right hand pocket. Again, this is the part you have to be careful with. We're going to light the tip on fire like that. Blow it out so they can see the smoke and the glowing. Now what you have to do now is you want to extinguish that because you might burn your finger. Now you don't want to lick your finger, because if you lick your finger, you're going to get a lot of ashes on your finger, and that might transfer over onto their shirt and stain it. But you get it so the little glowing embers go out, because you don't want to burn yourself. And you're going to go in with your thumb, push it in to the thumb tip, so you're actually back in the same position you were in before you took it out, like that. Your left hand goes away to show it empty, and as you come up, your right hand goes down with the thumb tip here. This is your dirty hand here. All attention though is on the shirt. Make a magic gesture, whatever you want to do, blow on it, and there's no burnt hole in the t-shirt. And that's the explanation. Now I cannot stress this enough. Safety is the #1 issue with this effect. #1, make sure you don't do this effect with anybody with long hair. And you also have to make sure that you're using the right type of fabric and that they're wearing the right type of fabric. Make sure it's always 100% cotton. No polyester, no blends, because that can melt and you can burn yourself. Also, after you start it on fire, make sure that it's out completely before you shove it into the thumb tip with your thumb, or you're going to burn yourself. Another thing to remember, it's good to do this effect outdoors rather than indoors because of the smell of burning things. You also might set off smoke alarms, or I don't know. But it's always good to do it outside. It's an outdoor trick. One thing you should remember when you're operating the lighter, that you should always operate it up so the flame goes up. You don't want to hold it this way, or because you could burn yourself very easily. But that's just a few safety rules to remember when doing this effect.